Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is James Blackwell and welcome to my channel. So I help recruiters start, grow and automate their agency to 7 figures and beyond by using my proven framework and methodology. And in today's video, what I wanted to share with you is really just how my agency has performed to reach another 6-figure month in September, and the top 3 things that we've implemented in our agency I think has really helped surpass that. So September was a fantastic month for us. And in terms of, for those of you that are just watching this video, I run a recruitment agency in the digital and tech space within the UK. And I have a team of 10 employees in the office, along with quite a big virtual assistant team as well in the Philippines. And basically where the agency is at today, it's consistently performing, self-managing, whilst I'm still be able to live in another country, as you can see behind me in Dubai. And one of the key areas that we've really focused on is really systemizing the business into what I call the 4 pillars. So the first thing is that what you need to do in order to have a self-sustaining agency is being able to have a solid client attraction system. So that's like a proven methodology and a proven way that your system and machine can work to go out and get client leads for you. So instead of the traditional model where traditionally you would have a 360 based recruiter, like the new era model is all around having a delivery consultant and a constant way of getting clients in, so they don't have to get the clients themselves. You've got a proven system in order to get the leads. But once you get the lead in, the next thing that you need to build is going to be what I call a client conversion system. And in our program Recruiter Accelerator, we build what we call a signature sales system. So that's a proven methodology and a proven way that you can walk a client lead and turn them into an exclusive or retained prospect. Now that's probably the tip number 1 of what's really differentiated our agency to consistently, we'll be past $120,000, $130,000 in revenue for perm fees this month that just finished. And one of the reasons for that is we've got exclusive and retained clients that just keep coming back and buying time and time again. Now, when you build out your agency and you really drill down on a niche within a niche, and you really master that with marketing, inbound strategies, and really build value adds within that community, over time, in theory, your agency should be able to outperform your competition, and it should be easier and easier to win clients. So having a conversion system that really nails down on why you're different, an unfair advantage in the market, is very, very important. Because if you don't have an unfair advantage, a client is not going to sign with you exclusive. Now, a lot of agency owners, if you're watching this now, I'd imagine you're all struggling with finding candidates, which is what I'm going to come on to next in terms of a candidate attraction system. But when we look at the core fundamentals, firstly, are we working with the correct clients? Because when I look at how my agency's performed and the 150 plus agency owners that we've helped scale this in the new era agency way, it's around building out a solid Dream 100 strategy of the clients that you want to work with that will come back time and time again. Because gone is the day of where you're making spot business, because it's manual. It's very hard work to make one placement with a client and then go and have to do it all over again and all over again. And if you're doing that whilst, whether it's cold calling or chasing leads manually yourself, you'll never have enough time to scale beyond yourself. So for some solopreneurs that are maybe watching this video as well, is how you get past doing 10 to 20K per month onwards. It requires systems in the business that are going to set you free. So in terms of the client attraction system, that's one of the key things. Us having exclusive clients has really enabled our agency to really perform really well. And I would say the second thing is naturally having superstar performers. So having an A-player recruitment team is very, very crucial. And I'm lucky and blessed to have such a fantastic, highly vibrant team. And it wasn't always like that. I think we're 6 years into the agency now. So I think looking back over the last 6 years, we've probably hired and fired probably 16 employees, and some of them are really good and nice people, but they just didn't fit within the business. And we learned a lot through those mistakes. And what you realize is that one good A-player employee can really outperform 4 or 5 average people. And again, it's people that are coming from the traditional mindset of like how I grew up within recruitment as well, was like a typical old school recruitment model where it was all about being suited and booted, bums on seats, and doing 1 to 2 deals per month was like okay being in that company. And what I realized was like, if you can actually systemize the business to get clients inbound, nail them down exclusive, and then build out what I would call like a candidate attraction system, which is something again we cover off in the Recruiter Accelerator program, of having an automated system with VAs to get candidates coming inbound into the agency, is very, very important, because it gives not just you as a business owner, but your team, if you've got a team, more leverage. So they should just be focused on speaking to highly qualified candidates every single day, sending them CVs, getting interviews, making placements. And if you are like a solopreneur recruiter, which is the majority of like most recruitment businesses out there, if you need to perform past like 10, 20K per month, the only way you can do that is going to be having a way and a methodology to systemize the candidate and client attraction process. So one of the things that you want to take away from here is like, are you building that? Are you working on building assets within your business that are going to set you free over time? Or are you consistently just getting a client in, pulling a job, working a role, trying to fill a role manually, and rinse and repeat? Because like what I realized was like the secret to scaling, it's not necessarily just hiring lots of employees. It's actually like seeing the business as a machine. And like when you're building out the different machine elements, like the 4 pillars that we build, that's the most important thing, because everything you do in your business should be a system, or at least a standard operating procedure on like how things should be run. And it shouldn't be about always working harder and putting more hours in. It should be about working smarter. So the second thing was obviously having a really highly vibrant team. Like I am very lucky with that. And I think like because we drilled down into a micro niche and really outperformed our competitors with the clients that we won. And the third thing I would say is having a real highly vibrant marketing machine, so an inbound marketing machine. So I've talked a lot around this with our mastermind students around building what I call like a marketing sourcing system, where you've got marketing sources that are going out and you're creating events, you're doing things like webinars, and you're using clever email marketing and social media marketing to get more candidates inbound, mixed with like your automation and a virtual team. Now, it's not as easy as just putting it all in together. It takes time and a proven process. So you're going to have to try and iterate and maybe fail a few times with this to get it right. But that was another thing that's like really set us free to maintaining 6 figures per month within our agency with a high net profit margin as well. Because as a lot of people say, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. I've always built my business on the solid foundations that we are always making profit first. And a lot of business owners that I speak to, when I realize like how much revenue they're actually doing, it's like, well, how much are you taking home? Like, what is your net cash flow? And if you don't know that metric, that's the number one metric that Warren Buffett talks about all of the time when he's buying and assessing businesses. What is the net cash flow? Because if you don't know what your net cash flow is every single week, which is like money in and money out and what you're left with at the end. So like all of the revenue that's coming in, all of your operational expenditure, your staff, your overheads, etc. And what are you left with at the end of each month? Because as an entrepreneur, when you're taking risks and starting up your own business and working in your business, you should be rewarded for that. And that is the number one thing. And always having the mindset that the business is there to serve you, not you serve the business. And a lot of business owners get that wrong. They always think that, okay, well, we didn't make any profit this month or next month because we're reinvesting in the business. Well, if the business isn't making profit enough for you to take some home, then you haven't really got a business. And everyone has this dream, this pipe dream of selling their recruitment agency one day. Well, let me tell you, like 99% of recruitment agencies never ever sell. So for you to be in the 1%, it's going to take a lot of hard work and dedication. Why not just build a highly profitable machine that one runs pretty much without you, that has a great and highly vibrant team, that they're financially rewarded for that and they enjoy what they do, and you're taking profit home every month. Because That's the most important thing, like in business. It's not revenue. It's like, what is your net cash flow? So the biggest thing that I took away from this last month was, one, I'm very fortunate to have a great team, and it took a lot of hard work to build the team that we've got. And that couldn't have been possible if we didn't have exclusive and retained clients that we created an unfair advantage in the market. So you need to really think about your signature sales system on what is your unfair advantage. How are you going to offer a service different to your competition in there? Because there's a lot of competition out there, and a lot of people that we're working with in the program, as soon as they come in, they win at least 7 to 10 clients within the first 30 days. And they start making placements, 20, 30K placements within a few weeks. But then it's the next thing. It's like, well, how can we really nail down these systems so we've got a solid way of getting candidates inbound and clients inbound, and really growing with that? Because if you build that, then you've got more freedom and you've got more leverage to work on the business as opposed to in the business. And you've probably heard me say this before in previous YouTube videos, is you need to make sure that you're at least carving out 1 day per week where you are working on your business. Not just being busy, doing it, as the famous Michael Gerber says in the E-Myth Revisited book that I highly recommend to check out. Of systemizing business and building it, like he talks around like a McDonald's franchise is stories about. But you want to make sure that you're actually having that time to work on your business. So for me, when I first started out many years ago, I used to always pick a Monday to work on the business, and I used to call it blue sky thinking. And it was me, notepad, and I'd go to a coffee shop. And I would literally think about the different ideas and different strategies that I could implement in my business that are going to take it to the next level. So I hope you found this video useful. If you're interested in actually working with me more closely and having a look at maybe what we're going to be doing together on the Blueprint Agency program, like I said, we've got over, I think, 170 recruitment business owners that have all been through building the new agency model, and they're all at 6 and 7 figures. So if you would like to find out more, click the link below and book in a strategy session with me or one of my team, and we can walk you through if and how we can help you and take things from there. And if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe to make sure you get notifications on the next video in the series, and I'll catch you soon.